Hello, this is Josh Hunter. I am presently on the planet Earth, and gonna say a couple of things right now. When I first became homeless, I had a lot of schemes, a lot of things that I was going to attempt to achieve. Uh, as if I say scheme, it doesn't necessarily mean dishonest. It just means I was going to employ this method in order to gain housing. I was not very good at so very good at it, obviously. But I want to talk about some of these schemes. So the first thing that I'm going to say is there's an idea I had about being someone's. Uh, um, all right, you gotta understand, like, my culture. And I'm not saying that people who are the same as me, but the culture that I believe in, maybe the culture that's only been gestating within my own mind, is early 2000s, late 80s, 90s. Like, that's. In fact, I think the first message that I ever received on YouTube was someone was saying, "Oh, you retro person." They said they subscribed to me, but they didn't subscribe to me. Like, I didn't get it. Uh, anyway, I want to talk about loser boyfriends. Okay, I think it's important to discuss. Now, when I say loser boyfriend, I'm not trying to diminish the capacity of being a boyfriend or even a loser boyfriend. I only have 3 days total experience on the job of being like a boyfriend, so I can't really speak upon it. So technically, anyone who has more than 3 days experience as being a boyfriend is more like advanced than me. But I like the term loser boyfriend because, like, I remember, like, in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was like, oh, like, this girl, she's got some loser boyfriend, and everyone is like, oh, why can't you do better? Why don't you find someone better? Like, why? But everyone knows the truth. Everyone knows why she's with this fucking loser boyfriend, because, like, it's the best possible thing that could be occurring. Like everyone knows it, but they try to. It's a type of, like, discreet politeness. When you have a loser boyfriend, that doesn't mean, like, oh, you can't do better. It doesn't reflect upon you personally. It's like your way of covering up. Because when you have, like, your boyfriend is like a doctor, or like a lawyer, or like a scientist, or someone who is overtly of benefit to you. You're not. It's like people. It's easier for people to try and, like, strike at your treasure. Like, people know how much you have, then they're gonna find more exact ways to try and manipulate you into giving. But when you got, like, a loser boyfriend, nobody's busting down doors to get to steal, like, a loser boyfriend. Anyway, so I thought, maybe I'll become like a loser boyfriend, and, like, I'll get some lady. The thing is, like, I don't even know, like, I'm so unskilled in the language of romantic associations between men and women that I couldn't even. I don't know. I just wasn't. In fact, I knew that people wouldn't be, like, particularly on board with my general program. And so in 2013, I remember I was on the streets. I was in Duroc or Duwarty, and one of my pals saw me, and he came and picked me up, and we hung out for a bit, and then there were some other, like, dudes there or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, are we gonna see you again? Like, when are we gonna see you again?" And I'm like, I couldn't think of anything. Like, what am I? Like, is this like a joke or something? What do you mean, are you gonna see me again? Nobody gives a shit. But I couldn't say that because it seemed like angry. and I'm not angry, but I tried to say something that would be so absurd that nobody would ever fucking believe it. And it would be enough to tell them, like, don't worry about when you're going to see me again. That was what I was trying to say. Like, don't worry about when you're going to see me again. So they said, when are we going to see you again? And I thought to myself, okay, well, the next time you see me, it'll be at a Starbucks with a famous female actress. That's the next time you'll see me. I'll be quietly, enjoying the company of a celebrity lady. And I just said it. I didn't mean it. Like, you gotta learn how to cover things up. Okay, I've been trying to cover the reality of existence. Anyway, so then they said, like, well, what celebrity? And I'm like, are we really doing this? And so the first, I mean no disrespect to anyone, by the way. I'm not I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I'm not trying to make anything less than what it is. I'm not trying to, like, I'm just trying to like get home, if that makes sense. Okay, I want to be sleeping in a fucking bed, and apparently there's some things that I haven't said to let people know how serious things are. So I'm gonna keep saying things until someone fucking realizes, oh, maybe I don't mean any disrespect. I don't want anyone to get, like, So they're like, what celebrity? And I'm like, I don't know. And I just named, like, all right, off the top of my head, I just said, Emma Stone. And they're like, well, what about, Jennifer Lawrence? And I'm like, I don't know who that is. Like, I'm barely, like, keeping up with, like, the modern things. Like, and so, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? Because, like, this doesn't make, like, I'm telling you guys something which is supposed to tell you. Like, I said this so that you would realize, oh, okay, he is not, like, wanting to be a part of this thing that we're doing. And they're just like, whoa, well, what's celebrity? Like, it's like, anyway. And so, I began to use this as a cover. Like, I began to, like the further I went without, like, anyone, like, wanting to give me, like, real assistance, I just kept on saying, oh, I was waiting for my celebrity girlfriend, and my celebrity wife. Like, that's what I'm about. Like, and I kept on saying it because I felt like there's no one there's no one who would ever believe this. Like, I'm such a, like, and when I say this, it's not self-deprecating, because I think extremely highly of myself, but I understand perspectives, and so it's like, there's no way this, like, this bottom of the barrel fellow is not, like, what do we, anyway. If you happen to be, like, a loser boyfriend, don't let anyone fucking get you down on it, okay? Don't let anyone say, like, you should be more than what you are, because there are some very great benefits. Now, I'm just saying this, what the fuck do I know about being, like, even a boyfriend, whether you're a loser boyfriend or a winner boyfriend, And so, I want to make sure that all the losers, because to me, like, this modern world, it doesn't seem like ladies will put up with that anymore. Like, it seems like that's like an old time type thing, like, ladies putting up with a guy who doesn't do anything, who's just, like, hanging around, and, like, just a constant absorption of resources. So, but on the off chance that there are, like, still, like, a lot of loser boyfriends out there, I want to make sure that you guys have representation. And so I said to myself, oh, all right, I'll become, like, a loser boyfriend, but I know the first thing about being a loser. Like, that's very easy. Like, that I understand. once more, let me please say I don't feel bad. And when I say losers, I'm not putting myself down so that I can, so I can get, so I can like intercept your insult before you say it. No, like I feel pretty great, like regardless of what people say, because these guys, like I said, most of the people who want to insult you are beneath you. Like anyone who wants to insult you is beneath you. The people who insult you are beneath you. That is like the rule. That is the law. That is. So anytime somebody comes around, it's like, oh, you're this, you're that. I'm like, oh, you're beneath me. I'm glad that you had the balls to fucking tell me how beneath me you are. So that's why I don't take it too seriously. But I'm just saying these things because I feel it's important that there are things which happen because no one ever says anything, and it just gets dammed up and blocked off, and suddenly it happens. And so a part of what I'm doing right now is I'm saying, like, if I say this thing, it will never fucking happen. Because you gotta understand, like, I'm very accustomed to being like a if you play video games, there's a type of person, a character in video games is like it's called NPC, a non-player character. Like, I'll sorry. Okay, all right. And so I'm very accustomed to being. I'm very accustomed to being like a non-player character, someone who is so easily dismissed as to make you think that they don't even exist to begin with. And yet there are things that are happening. I see an extreme social deficit that is occurring, and I'm wondering, how are you guys going to pay for all this? And I say you guys, I'm referring like mainly. Well, no, let's say just like the general popularity, the things which are generally popular in the social stratosphere. These things cost. You got social bucks, social money, and you're spending all of it. And I'm saying, wait a minute, wait. You guys can't be spending all this money, because the more you spend, eventually you're gonna have to start using me too. Because so far I've been pretty much useless. But you're spending so much social money that eventually you're gonna have to start including me in all these things. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can't be including me. Like I'm reaching my, like, being a bum, being like just a guy who hangs around all day watching TV. Like it's been my goal since 1999, and now, based on my calculations, you guys have so little money that you're gonna have to start using me, and I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm trying to oh yeah, 1 minute. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Let's try, see what happens. Okay. Some of you might not know about me. Like, when I was a young boy, like my only thing that I cared about, like, was like to get married. Like, you might think, oh, that's kind of unusual, but that was just like just me. Like, I just want to get married. Like, I don't fucking care about like who my wife is, or like what she's about, or whatever, or if we like each other or whatever. I just wanted the ring. I just wanted that fucking commitment. You know, and I spent years and years trying to develop, like, I just want the ring. I don't fucking care what, just somebody say Josh Hunter forever, you know, and something changed, and now I'm like, well, wait a minute, maybe there's another way. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope, no, I'm not saying that. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you very much.